What's going on, everybody? My name is Andrew Oliva and I'd love to review movies. If you haven't already, please leave a like down below and hit subscribe. It helps me out so much. 2022 is coming to an end and we've had some great movies come out this year. I had a video that came out a couple days ago where I shared some of my worst favorite movies of 2022. Now these are going to be my top 10 favorite movies of 2022, but I do have a lot of honorable mentions because this was a really good year for movies and we've had some really great movies come out that I really love, and I unfortunately couldn't fit them all on a list. So here are 10 honorable mentions. Fire Island, Incantation, The Fallout, Jackass Forever, The Batman, The Northman, Barbarian, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, On the Count of Three, and The Banshees of Inisherin. Those movies are all really good, and I'm it's very sad that I couldn't put all these on this list because these are really great movies that I definitely recommend that you watch if you haven't seen them already. But number 10 is Bros. Now, this is a new big studio romantic comedy starring Billy Eichner and Luke Macfarlane, and this movie is just really funny. This is just a really heartfelt comedy, and it's just really funny. I haven't laughed so much in a movie theater in a long time, and that's all I can really say. It's very charming, it's very funny. Billy Eichner does an amazing job at delivering the emotions that you want out of a performance like this, and he's really good also at the comedic moments, and I really appreciated that. It's just a really heartfelt movie that I unfortunately didn't get the chance to rewatch it yet, but I'm really planning on rewatching it really soon, and it's just a hilarious movie. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. It's a great time. Up next is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I love this movie. This is the Pinocchio movie that I wanted. We got the silly version that came out earlier this year, and then we had Disney's Pinocchio that came out, which was a disaster. Now we've had this movie by Guillermo del Toro, and it's such a brilliant way of telling the Pinocchio story through stop motion and giving us those giant emotional moments that I wanted from a Pinocchio movie. We dive a lot deeper into Geppetto's character into this story, which I thought really paid to its advantage. And it's just a movie that I could just put on, just watch, relax, and just chill, because this is just it's just a really nice emotional movie. And the voice acting is amazing. The actor that voices Pinocchio, I think he did a phenomenal job. All of the voice acting is great, especially from Geppetto. Ewan McGregor is as the cricket. He's so funny. The animation is beautiful. I really don't have any complaints about this movie. Yeah, definitely give it a shot. It's on Netflix. You won't be disappointed. But my number 7th favorite movie of 2022 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, saying this out loud, that it's my number 7, I am so disappointed that it's not up further. But that just means how many great movies this year there were. And Everything Everywhere is just everything I wanted it to be. Michelle Yeoh is fantastic. The plot is unique. It gives us like your common multiverse story, but it does it so well, and it gives its perfect twist on it, and it delivers some amazing action sequences, and it's great directing by the Daniels, and it's just a great theater experience, and it's definitely one that I've rewatched many times. Up next is Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans. Now, I loved this movie. I saw this in an AMC theater, and this was my first time going to an AMC theater, and like the experience of going to this gigantic theater was just amazing, and the movie itself was so heartfelt. It felt so personal to Steven Spielberg, and Michelle Williams gives one of the best performances of the year. And everyone else, Paul Dano, Gabriel LaBelle, who plays young Sammy Fabelman, is amazing in this movie. And it's definitely one that I definitely recommend for anyone. I know some people may not connect to the story as much as I did because I'm a movie lover. I love the art of making movies. I love watching movies. And I know not everyone's going to connect to that. But I definitely did. And that's why it's on my top 10 favorite movies of the year. Up next is The Black Phone. Now, This movie I was very excited for. I saw the trailer and I loved it. I've always wanted to see Ethan Hawke in this very villainous role, and we've got that 2 times this year with this and Moon Knight. So this was a happy year for me. But this is just a great movie. It's expertly directed by Scott Derrickson, my bad, and it's just a very contained story that I love. These little contained thrillers. They're really good, and this added its little own supernatural twist to it. I really enjoyed that. I thought the supernatural stuff worked really well, and maybe I wish they dived a little bit more into that. But the overall feeling after watching this movie in the theater was just really great. I loved the relationship between the brother and sister in the movie. They had a great relationship, and the actress who plays the sister in this movie is amazing. She gives a fantastic performance, as well as the brother, who is amazing as well. And Ethan Hawke delivers a new iconic horror villain. But my fifth favorite movie of 2022 is Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery. Now, I wasn't sure what to make of this movie when it was first announced. I really enjoy Knives Out, but after seeing this movie, I think I like this one a little bit better. I think it's a more focused story, and I think it's a lot funnier than Knives Out. I think the cast here is phenomenal. You have Dave Bautista, you have Edward Norton, you have, of course, Daniel Craig, Catherine Hahn, Kate Hudson, Leslie Odom Jr. I can keep going on and on. It's amazing. The score for this movie was amazing. And the cinematography, I don't think is being spoke of enough. It really felt like an old, really old throwback Bond movie, which is ironic with Daniel Craig, but it felt really like it was made in like the 60s. It had that feel to it, and I think all the twists and turns were genius. I really liked what they did halfway through the movie, and they kind of, without spoiling, they did something new that I really haven't seen a lot. But I really enjoyed this movie. The cameos were fantastic, and it's just a really entertaining movie. Up next is Top Gun Maverick. It's the movie of the year. What can I say? It may not be my favorite movie of the year, but it's very. These next four movies, including Top Gun, they're all so close. I could switch them out each day, depending what mood I'm in. But Top Gun Maverick is just one that you just keep rewatching and rewatching. You never get bored of it. It's just a really well-made sequel, and it's one of the best. It is one of the best sequels in cinema history, I think. And it's a leagues better than Top Gun, in my opinion. I think this is so much better than the first one. I enjoyed the first one, but it had a lot of issues. But Top Gun Maverick, it's a blast. Watch it if you haven't. What are you doing if you haven't watched this movie already? Watch it. But my third favorite movie of the year is RRR. This movie is just a blast. It's a 3-hour movie, and I get that could be daunting for some people, but this is just a blast. The action is superb. The visual effects are superb. But at the heart, this is a story about friendship and best friends, and that's what ties this movie all together and just delivers a really, really entertaining movie with one of the best dance battles in cinema history. But my second favorite movie of 2022 is Nope. Now, I get it. Some people either were underwhelmed by this movie or just hated it straight up. But I think this was a genius and a very entertaining movie. I know some people are saying this isn't a horror movie, but I think all the stuff with the chimp is terrifying. It's just, like, all the stuff with the chimp is terrifying. And I get some people don't get what all that was about, but I think this is one of Jordan Peele's best movies, and it's just really entertaining. This is the most entertaining of Jordan Peele's movies, in my opinion, and I really love the overall experience. But I never thought I would be saying this, but my number one favorite movie of 2022 is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And I can't believe this, because I'm not the biggest fan of the Shrek franchise. I think they're entertaining movies. I like the first Puss in Boots. It's not fantastic, but I think it's entertaining enough. But Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is like the entire Shrek franchise on steroids, with the animation style of Spider-Verse, with some anime style thrown in, which I really appreciated. And it's just a really entertaining movie. It's hilarious. I was laughing the entire time that, like, I had to take breathers. I was like, ooh, I'm laughing so much. I can't keep going on. But the voice cast is amazing. Like I said, the humor is amazing. The animation style is fantastic. And delivers one of the best, the most terrifying villains, I think, in an animated movie ever. The Big Bad Wolf is terrifying. I got jump scared by him in this movie. I got jump scared in a kid's movie. He is fantastic. One of the best written villains, in my opinion. His just presence. Even when he's not there, you feel his presence. And it's just so terrifying. And all the other villains, too. You have Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You have Jack Horner, voiced by John Mulaney. They're all amazing. And I think maybe I wanted a little bit more from John Mulaney's Jack Horner. Because he's kind of just the power-hungry bad guy. But Goldilocks and the Three Bears definitely surprised me. I didn't know there was going to be so much depth into their characters. But this is basically a character study for Puss in Boots. And I just really enjoyed that. Salma Hayek in this movie is amazing. I think her character, Kitty Softpaws, was a lot better in this movie than she was in the first movie. And all that said, this is just a fantastic, entertaining movie that you should definitely check out if you weren't planning on watching it because you maybe weren't the biggest fan of the first Puss in Boots and you just think this movie might be okay. Definitely check it out. It's a really entertaining, it's a really fun movie. That is my list of my top 10 favorite movies of 2022. Let me know what your list is down below. And as always, guys, have a great day.